Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and get ready for a new sound. It's Brick Call O'Clock. Yeah, I like that one. Sounds pretty good to me. And today we've got a Bricklink package that I bought, but we've also got a wonderful subscriber package sent to my PO Box address. So that is where we shall begin. Okay, we'll put Robin back, still in his deep sea diving gear. He obviously is too lazy to change. Or I'm too lazy to change him. And this is a package from Barry, which I've started hacking into because I thought it might take an absolute age to get through otherwise. But Barry is a long time fan of the channel and is usually very generous indeed. So let's have a look at the letter that came spilling out there before I open the box. Hello Robin, I've been clearing out space for some summer sets and decided that this will come your way. Ooh, as I discover more colourful sets like Dreams. Yeah, they look really good actually, don't they? I'm tempted to get that shark kind of submarine boat thing for one of the levels of my deep sea cabinet. But yeah, there's a lot of competition for the space though. Anyway, sorry, back to letter. As I discover more colourful sets like Dreams and the Up House, there is no room for dark green minis. I wonder what that means. I'm thinking he means minifigures. Hope you can use the parts or at least build the set. Kind regards, Barry, aka Audiotron 1003. P.S. All parts are clean and have no pet hairs, etc. Which is good to hear, Barry. I do get the odd free cat hair or dog hair. And, oh, let's see. What's the best way of getting into this? I think I need to do some more hacking. Oh, I think I've just realised what you meant with the comment that you sent before this. And I think yes, dark green minis. It's not dark green mini figures. It's dark green mini, as in Mini Cooper. And here are some big wheels. Because, oh, wow, no, I did get it wrong. I was thinking you meant the big Mini Cooper set, which was the one that I've got 3 of doing my Italian job type thing. And then there's a kind of 4-wheel drive one. Off-road, but he means the great big creator set. Oh wow, now I didn't expect that. I've never actually made one of these big vehicles, so it's going to be new on me. I mean, it'll be a bit hard to incorporate into the city, but it'll be really good fun actually. And you even get a little picnic camper, so that's really good. So yeah, just both sets of instructions now. I'll keep them in there, but yeah, that's really nice. So that's set 10242. I wouldn't have known that off by heart because it's not really my wheelhouse, but yeah, real classic sort of vintage 60s number with the checked seats. Mrs. Hood will like this actually because her first car was actually a Mini. She had the Mary Quant one, if that name means anything to you. And she loved that car. Never been replicated since, but yeah, maybe we should try and get one nowadays, but they're probably ridiculously hard to get. So we've got the spares, we've got all the pieces, sorted in bags, no doubt, for the original build, and that gives you an idea of the scale of the eventual products. It's going to be quite a sizable number. Oh wow, thanks very much, Barry. It's very generous of you indeed to give me your, as you call it, excess sets. I'm more of a hoarder, so they just end up underneath all the tables in my Lego room and make sort of travelling around and moving the parts that I do need to access even harder. So that's the way I roll, but you obviously like to prioritise, which is much more sensible in the long run. And there's the spares as well, with a nice second steering wheel by the looks of things. Wow, brilliant. So I suppose there's not much more to say about that, Barry, other than thank you and how generous again. I look forward to having a go at that. I might even do it in some downtime while I'm away on holiday with Mrs. Hood. But while after that, we may as well get on with our more varied package from bricklink.com. So this, like always, had one main reason to get into it. And the main reason that I wrote down as my kind of reminder for what was hopefully in this package was the word barrels. Yes. Why did I need barrels? Well, it's for a special build. Shall I tell you about it? Got to tell you some of it, haven't I? Move the advertising. Yep, there we go. So not the most huge order actually, but there are the barrel halves that I need. I think I'm going to start with this bit, the please do not bend. So this very carefully double wrapped, it looks like, package is to protect, in what was only a bubble wrapped piece of envelope, a lovely great big sticker sheet. So this, get it the right way up, is from the Batcave, the Riddler Face-Off, set 76183 from 2022, which is a bit of a boring set if you ask me. I mean, it's a massive great big garage for the Batmobile and so on, but it doesn't come with a Batmobile. It comes with a bike, as it's just basically an empty garage with loads of TV screens and stuff. But anyway, I did think that the stickers might be very usable in a future build because, and this has been on my to-do list for probably about 2 years, I do want to do an Ultra Agents kind of mobile base at some point, and I thought that these big TV screens would be really useful. So we've kind of got one with somebody having a bit of a flap and panic. We've got loads of little ones with dials on and scenes and all the rest of it that I can definitely incorporate, because often with these things they're a bit too Batman-y. That one's Batman-y, for example, because it's got the Batman cowl, sort of helmet type thing, but all the rest, I think, on looking at them, are fairly generic. So I should be able to even use some sticker surgery just to cut out the ones I want and maybe stick them on 2x2 slopes or something like that for individual screens. And then, of course, there's a great big map, which looks great. And it's got question marks on for kind of the Riddler, I suppose. But, I mean, they don't have to be that. They could just be Post-it notes. So I really like that. Massive keyboard. Could even use the word Terminus without the word Wayne, or just the word Wayne without the word Terminus somewhere, maybe. And then there's these ones as well, which I believe, if I get a previously bought red magnifying glass, will allow me to read secret messages. Can we see that? I'm not sure we can, actually. Can I in real life without my camera? Oh, there's kind of a picture of a head on that one. Oh, yeah, to the Batman. Yes, so you can probably see that. Can you? Batman. So that's a nice little play feature for those ones. I'm not sure I'll be able to use that. They almost look like TV screens that are showing an error message at the moment. There's a great big question mark. But it's an interesting touch from the real set. So, yeah, I think that'll be a really good start for a great big mobile base. I'm going to have to get some 6x6 tiles in black, presumably, to mount all of these on. And then, as an added bonus, as if that wasn't enough, check out the size of those tread plate stickers. So I'll be able to stick those on as, well, they're ramps in that set, aren't they, for a vehicle? So maybe something similar, kind of like, you know, when on Knight Rider, when the lorry opens its tailgate and so the car can drive up, it's almost like it needs to have that sort of feature on it, doesn't it? So yeah, that's a really nice sheet, and it wasn't too expensive. I think when the set was new, they were quite hard to get hold of, but yeah, for the price this one was, I thought it'd be a shame not to. So there we go, there's a nice sticker sheet there. Now, this has got parts for some upcoming train builds, no less. So basically, these are going to be the bases for 2 cargo wagons, 6x16. One's very grubby, one's quite clean, so I'll give them both a wash either way. And there'll be obviously the flatbed part that I can build the rest on. So I need those. They're quite hard to get hold of, or rather every time I get hold of one I build something on it immediately. That's probably more likely the truth. But here are the barrels that I desperately wanted, and you might have to try and guess what I'm going to use them for, but I've got 5 barrels there, and I'll give you the added clue that I already had 1, so the end product will use 6 of those. And it's amazing how few vendors actually have any number of those. So yeah, that was why I picked this particular vendor for the order. I've also got one of these nice half dome, or rather it's full dome really, isn't it? Half sphere type pieces. This one's in black, obviously. I've got a bit of sticky tape on my finger. And I wanted this for a 3D advert, which I still haven't unveiled on the channel yet, but I used my one on the top of my balloon for the super secret police. So this is basically a replacement for the original use of the piece. So I look forward to using that in that build after all. Then we seem to have lots of stickered parts in here. And the biggest ones are these 2 yellow kind of quarter panels. And one has got the sticker on it from the 5887 Dino Defense HQ set from 2012. And I'm not using it for the stickers, though you could arguably leave them on. It says generator on it with a nice sort of electricity symbol and a gauge danger on the bottom with the wires all ripped up by dinosaurs, no doubt. I think I'll move the stickers just for a future build using my patented hot tea technique. But because I want to use 4 of them in a kind of column, I suppose. The other 2 are in here. I've got 2 blank ones and 2 ones with stickers on. And the other sticker's a bit different. It's got a scanner on it. Does that say scanner? Yeah, scanner with a hand. I think that's a Lego hand rather than a spanner or something. Another danger symbol there. So I'll take that off as well. Yeah, I want to use all 4 to make a nice big column like that I can use maybe as part of an undersea base. Because I was thinking, not on this haul, but from a previous one, I've got this great big yellow, I think of it almost like a control tower with the blue glass dome on top, which we've said before I could use as a cockpit on a submarine. But if I use one like this, it could almost be for watching out for nasty sea creatures. But basically, it would need something to sit on, and that's what I was thinking this column might be. I don't know how well they're going to dovetail together, but that was the thinking. It wasn't that crazy a price. So, yeah, I think that'll look quite good. And then I can have my own sort of Neptune Discovery Lab-esque turret, just like in that original Aqua set. So, yeah, that was my thinking there. I think it will work quite well as a different shape for under the sea. So that is that. I do like these stickers, actually. Might be able to incorporate those into the outside of the base. I don't know. Have to think about that. That part is one of the train wagons. We've got more stickered parts in here. We've got 2 of these lovely warning signs that I can take off these bricks again, just so I can use them anywhere. And they're just the right size to put on a 2x2 sign or something like that, so I can attach them even to one of my rail carriages if there's a flammable risk there. I'm not sure there is on either of these 2, to be fair. But they came on the Fire Response Unit set from 2016. That's set 60108. That's the one with a big red helicopter that I've converted to be a passenger one in the centre of my city. It's kind of on fire, being rescued by Superman. And I've even got the container as part of my rail container yard. But yeah, I bought those for the stickers. And I can still use the 1x2x5 bricks, either under the sea in that colour, or maybe to extend my container wall or something like that. So no problem there, but I very much like those. Inverted slopes in black seem to have run out of some pretty common pieces you'd think I'd have more of, but that's for my trains as well. 1x1x3 bricks, I think it's to replace loads of stacks of 1x1x1 bricks in my express trains. I'm just trying to cannibalize some of the 1x1s for these and get them back into circulation, because it seems to be a waste of quite useful pieces. Then, break into that, can't use that. Got some nice castle pieces. So, for the castle collection that's budding and growing, we've got a fantasy era skull, which is very sinister looking. Yeah, like that. So we're going to have some fantasy elements sort of creeping into our castle scene. A few undead people, maybe a dragon, definitely wizards. A bit sort of Game of Thronesy, I suppose. So this was in all sorts of sets, like 7079, Drawbridge Defence from 2009, which I suppose is Drawbridge Attack, if you're the skeleton, because they're the ones attacking in that scene, I think. So that's very nice. We may as well give that head to this torso for now. Ooh, which has got quite sun-damaged arms, actually, but I should be able to replace those for white ones. You can see the difference in that, can't you? Wow. It doesn't seem to have affected the print by any stretch, so that's not too bad. That's the main bit I bought it for. In fact, they're quite cracked, those arms, aren't they? I think I'll be replacing those in due course. But the torso's in good nick. And that is from the Royal Knights, of course, with the lion there. This was in 4 sets, including 6090, Royal Knights Castle from 1995, where it's the king that's got this torso rather than the foot soldiers. And that's probably exactly what I'll use it for the lion faction of my sort of jousting tournament. This will probably be the main guy who's wearing this. And I think I've already got 2 torsos of the other one, or at least if I haven't, I've got them on order to make up the rest of that sort of contingent of people, that kind of team that's coming in. And then similar similar indeed, actually. Lion with a crown on. Maybe they are related. They're brothers or something like that. One's gone for the blue and white backdrop and one's gone for the red and white quarters. Still works. It still looks sufficiently different. We've got this one, which are called the Castle Knights, which I don't really like, actually, because aren't all knights Castle Knights? But anyway, another lion with a crown on. This was in only 6 sets, actually. You'd have thought it was more. 70401 Gold Getaway from 2013 being one of them, which has got a really nice stagecoach, which presumably got the gold in it, and a nice little catapult, and a very angry looking horse. Like their surprised horses we had the other week. That one looks very moody indeed. I don't know if he's just not been fed or if he's fed up of pulling that stagecoach or what, but yeah, he looks pretty miffed. Then we've got some tiles. I keep getting these now as my tread plate stickers, which obviously I can move off this horrible sort of bright yellowish orange tile. But they only came on one set, being the Jungle Half Track Mission, 60159 from 2017. I guess just no one really wants that set or wants to build it. I can't imagine why it's so unpopular. But yeah, all the tread plate stickers that come up nowadays seem to be that one. I should probably stop buying them. I got loads at one point because I wanted to use them for all my subway stairways and for all those stairs on my station, of which there are dozens. Anyway, I've used those. I've used them in all those places, and I've still started collecting them for presumably future great big builds that use a great big quantity of them. But I'm not entirely sure if I have plans for anything like that. So, why am I collecting them? I must stop some of these things. A 1x2 tile in old grey. That's for that monorail tiny bit of extended track for that facade, which I'm probably going to do a bit more work on. I'm not sure. I kind of like it, the line one that's against the wall, but I might have another go at that as well. Here's another tile. This one is kind of a magician tile, the Dark Mark, and then a kind of almost Celtic squiggle there with a skull on and a seal and sort of writing on and all that. That was from the set 76397, Defense Against the Dark Arts class from 2022. Now, if I'm right from the films, that's where Neville Calrissian makes a deal with Vader. Isn't that right? And he says, this deal is getting worse all the time. And Vader says, pray I don't alter it any further. Yep, that's from that scene. That must be the deal that they're talking about, presumably. Then what else have we got? That one's empty. We've got this one. Oh, talking of things that I keep buying when I probably shouldn't. We've got these 1x2 panels with the recycle sign on. There's 5 of them here. I just don't think I really need these, but kind of an old collection that I've rekindled. Basically, I was getting all of these to put on my green recycling bins that I have throughout my city. There's one on my fast food corner. There's one in my mall. There might even be 2 in the mall, actually, and a few other places. And I've got some more to put out. And I figured it might just be better to have one of these on each side of the bin. So if you were on one standing hole or the other standing hole, you'd be able to see that it was a recycled bin. That was my excuse for buying more of them. 1 sticker on each bin isn't enough. Obviously, Robin, you need 2. So buy more stickers. Yeah. Well, it's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So they were available in only 1 set, which was 60000 Fire Motorcycle from 2013, where they're on, the bin that's on fire, which is slightly different from the bin that I went for. As usual, I tried to fill my boots with as many pieces that I could use for my deep sea cabinet, which wasn't actually very many in this place, so I just got some magenta coloured cones. That's what the last piece I need, I think, for my big upcoming SSP build. Yes, the super secret police are getting a nice, tasty new vehicle that I think you'll very much appreciate, everyone. I think if you don't appreciate that, you're probably not alive inside, because it's going to be great, though there will be a week wait for that while Mrs. Hood takes me on holiday. We've got my favourite cash point sort of ATM sticker here, 60233, donut shop opening from 2019 where it's on the actual donut shop. I removed mine from mine, but I do plan to have ATMs all over my city. I keep saying that. Some are going to be from the Asteroid Bank and some are going to be this one, or maybe I combine the two actually, I don't know, but I just think that is very, very classic looking. I like that out of all the different options available, so I'm getting them every time I see one, which isn't very often, so when I've got enough I can start that mini project. Good, that's that bag. That's that bag. Last, oh no, it's kind of two more bags. We have got more of these foot banners for Shredder and his gang. Oh yes, and they're in really good condition. The last set I had were not that great, which is why I put them back on my wanted list. They had bubbles all underneath, and even though I could try and fix them using my patented hot tea technique, they still didn't look perfect. Not for pride of place. So I wanted two more, and here they are, and look, they look great. I think they still might need moving, but ooh, and they've got a few hairs hanging out the bottom, but you know, they're in a lot better condition than the last set. So let's just check that Shredder approves. Yep, he's happy with them. So that's good, because we can't have an unhappy, evil overlord, or, well, you just never stop hearing about it, quite frankly. So, last bag. Not the biggest order this time, but we have got a brand new great big mini to build, so that's very good. That'll keep us busy. Oh, and I think that bag had the obligatory animal hair in it. I think, have you at that Bricklink store got what looks like, I'm going to call that a dog hair, or maybe it's a human hair actually. It's very long. It's definitely not mine. Far too long for that. We've got some quite interesting bits in here. We've got a reddish brown hood, which I thought could be used for another one of my gang, merry gang, or maybe just somebody at the castle scene, some peasant or something like that. One in black as well, maybe for somebody who's got a skull for a head. Oh yes, well, that suits that person immediately, doesn't it? So that's very good. 3 more helmets for my super secret police, just so they can be in full riot gear, ready to, well, I was going to say protect the innocent, but it's really oppress the innocent with the SSP, isn't it? So they'll be in full oppression mode with those helmets. I got this because it's relatively uncommon. It's just the feather for, you know, castle helmets and stuff like that, but it's in dark red, and it's been available in a few sets, but really not many, actually. So the one I always think of it as being in is the Series 20 Tournament Night, which at one point I considered doing an army build of, basically. Getting as many as I can to have an absolute, you know, mountain of them. But obviously loads of other people have had that great idea, so I'm just stuck with the one that's in my Brick Nottingham castle, that may come down to the castle scene when I do it, because they're over £20 each now, that minifigure, would you believe? Wow. I mean, if you'd known at the time, you would have done your army building immediately. But £20 each, you could have tried to buy the entire world supply and then sell them off one by one and make a right good profit. But not only are they well over £20 each in the UK, but there's only 7 available, full stop. Wow, that is just crazy. So anyway, I'll give this to somebody else who wants that sort of colouring for their helmet, I suppose. There we go. Then we've got one axe head in a sort of speckle black, which I quite like. I might even give to the skeleton lot. Yeah, that's quite good. It's not that speckly, but it's got a few speckles in it. And then some awesomeness from Chima. I mean, wow, I didn't know about these things. So, in short, we've got this awesome sword, which as a start is just brilliant. It's got 2 prongs that sort of come to these sort of very nasty looking barbed points. And this was in 5 sets, all Chima ones, including 70222, Tormax Shadow Blazer from 2015. And just look at the 3 weapons that those characters are holding. Wow, they combine all sorts of bits and bobs for added awesomeness. All sorts of different combinations that I can kind of replicate for my castle scenes. And this is one of the ones that they use as sort of main bit, and you can fit a bar into that central section. They've even got a flaming bar in their one, so that's even cooler. And I hadn't even noticed, actually, that that's actually, what is that, panther face or a baboon face? Oh, I think it's a panther, isn't it? Looks very nice. It's on both sides. Oh, it's on both sides as well. So maybe if somebody's got anything to do with the Panther, I can have that given to them. Interesting bar colour on the inside. And maybe I'll do the same and add all sorts of different bits on to make my weapons have their own added awesomeness as well. So yeah, that'll be really good. I'm also planning to do the same with some really big stupid guns for the SSP. Basically, get guns and add bits on the front and bits on the back. I see a lot of people have done that on YouTube already for, well, trying to either mimic real life guns or maybe just do something silly like I want to do. But yeah, that's a great one. And here's another one. So it's kind of a serrated saw edge blade. I don't know how well that would be, how good that would be at actually cutting things with these things breaking it up every 2 minutes. I don't know about that. Maybe it's just for ornateness, but it also holds a bar piece. And I could use this in a castle scene, but I'm also thinking that that'd be really nice for one of my undersea people to be holding, maybe a merman or maybe a mermaid even, or maybe somebody from the Atlantis line or something like that holding a really sort of mystical looking weapon. And that one almost seems to want to go on the top of a great big pole or something like that. So in this colour Pearl Gold, it was in 7 sets, all Chima again, 70006, Kragger's Command Ship from 2013 being one of them, which is a pretty cool set. I think you'll agree, that is awesome. You know, I really missed out on Chima. It was kind of in my dark years when I wasn't looking at Lego at all before I bought that white train and kicked off this entire channel and everything else, the Fast Passenger Train 60051. That's what caused all this, this avid collecting and ridiculous levels of building and cities and cabinets and all the rest of it. But yeah, so before having Lego the first time around as a child and as an adult, I missed the entirety of Chima. But this is very nice. And if you look at the characters in that command ship set, there's even that sort of double-ended glaive type weapon that looks really cool as well. So yeah, I'm looking for an equally creative way of using this piece in either my cabinet or probably my castle scene. But I think castle and undersea, personally. So, yeah, a really nice small haul this time, actually. Quite a quick one for me. But some really interesting pieces. I'm very happy with my foot banners for my eventual shredder scene. Loads of bits to augment things that we've already got in motion. These will be really useful for my Neptune-based sort of extension, wherever I decide to do that. I could do it on the level we've just sort of notionally finished, but it could go deeper down as well. I've got my stuff for my train builds, including my barrels. So you have to guess about that. And then, wow, Barry, thank you so much for your excess sets. I don't agree with that term at all, personally. It's not excess ever if it's Lego. But I really look forward to building this and, showing Mrs. Hood, actually. So thank you once again for that. Wow, what an awesome haul. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome Lego videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to a future brick haul like Barry did, thanks Barry, then you can to the usual PO Box address and we'll give it a pride of place in the city, cabinet or wherever else it'll fit in. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be doing one more build before I go away on holiday. Maybe it will be a train build, who knows. And then a week away and back for more Lego mayhem. So until all of that, see you. Yes. Lots of barrels for my evil plans.